you very much.
Yeah, sir. Kritika ma'am, I think we can start officially. A very good
Yeah,
evening.
we can actually
Present here.
Yeah,
On
we
behalf of PG Department of IT and BCA, in association with Infoca Forum DDGD Vaishnav College, I am Kritika. Take this privilege to warmly welcome everyone for the third day of 5 days National Seminar 2024 on the topic Artificial Intelligence Across Industries, Exploring Diverse Applications, conducted in a blended mode. Let us begin the program together by invoking the presence of Supreme with a Tamil Thai Vartha, followed by our college prayer.
நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்தை கெழிலொழுகும் சீராறும்.
Who's going to play? Godwin only. Godwin? Adu panniru.
நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்தை கெழிலொழுகும் சீராறும் மதனமென திகழ்வரத கண்டனிதில் எக்கணமும் அதில் சிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு திரை நுதலும் தரிதனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறம்பியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே.
With Google Workspace,
Satyavratam Satyaparam Trisatyam Satyasya Yonim Nihitam Cha Satye Satyasya Satyam Rita Satyanetram Satyatmakam Tvam Sharanam Prapannaha Vani Gunanukathane Shravano Kathayam Hastau Cha Karmasu Manastava Padayornaha Smrutyam Sirastava Nivasa Jagat Praname Drishtisatam Darshanestu Bhavattanunam Namo Bhagavate Tasmai Krishnayadbhuta Karmane Rupanama Vibhedena Rupanama Vibhedena Jagat Kridati Yoyataha Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Request our respected head of the department, Dr. K. Angekani ma'am, to deliver the welcome address. Ma'am?
Good afternoon, Jai Shri Krishna. So I take immense pleasure to welcome you all on the third day of the 5 days international seminar conducted by the PG Department of Information Technology and BCA. The seminar topic was artificial intelligence across industries, diverse applications. On this third day of this seminar, we are having Professor Dr. Stanley Okolie with us. First, I would like to thank our management, secretary, principal for their support. On behalf of management, secretary, principal, the faculty members, and students, I would like to welcome Dr. Stanley Okolie, Associate Professor, School of Information and Communication Technology, Federal University of Technology, Owerri, Nigeria. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Sir,
I sincerely appreciate.
yes, sir. Amidst your busy schedule, you have given us this opportunity to hear your lecture. So your today's topic will be as AI, a strong bridge for development. So artificial intelligence, this is what the topic which we have chosen for this 5 days international seminar. And today's topic will be about a strong development and how artificial intelligence is used. Okay. And on behalf, I welcome all the faculty members from other institutions. The students are dear students from MSc IT as well as BCA students. I welcome you all on the Saturday afternoon. So they will be enjoying their, that is 2 days long weekend. In spite of that, they've joined with us. And thank you again, sir, for joining with us. And we are very eager to hear your speech, sir. And I thank everyone and welcome you all again for this third day international seminar. Thank you all.
Yeah.
Thank you
very
for
much.
warm welcome. It's my privilege to introduce our esteemed resource person, Dr. Stanley ADIELE Okolie. Dr. Stanley ADIELE Okolie, the Associate Dean, the School of Information and Communication Technology at the Federal University of Technology, Owerri. Dr. Okolie completed his PhD in computer science at the University of Port Harcourt in 2017, with the focus of data security in ubiquitous systems. With over 25 years of experience in both IT and academia, Dr. Okolie is distinguished member of several professional organizations, including Association for Computing Machinery, Computer Professional Registration Council of Nigeria, the Nigeria Computer Society, where he holds the status of fellow. He has served as Southeast Zonal Coordinator for the both NCS and CPN. His research spans explainable AI, distributed computing, IoT, ubiquitous computing, and data security. Dr. Okolie has published extensively in this field and is currently as a guest editor for Discover Internet of Things, Springer Nature. Dr. Stanley ADIELE Okolie, exceptional contributions and dedication to the field of ICT truly impressive. I welcome you, sir. May I request our resource person to impart his knowledge on the topic AI, a strong bridge for development, sir. Please, the session is yours, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much. I quite appreciate this privilege to make this wonderful international presentation. First of all, I must have to apologize for the little hiccup I had, being that I won't be able to share my screen from the laptop, and the file may not necessarily be easy for me to move now because the laptop is having issue. However, I've just improvised a little a sketchy presentation that I've just sent to Karunya. So I will plead with Professor Karunya to check her WhatsApp so that she can just share from her end since I'm unable to share from this point. So I don't know if Professor Karunya, can you share from your end? Because I've tried sharing from my end and is not not able to do that at the moment.
Karunya? Karunya, ma'am? Karunya? Someone call her, no?
Okay, if she's not available, no problem.
No, sir. Just a minute, sir. We'll call her.
Okay, okay.
Ma'am, I have shared that to Paneer sir, ma'am.
Okay.
Hello? Yes, ma'am. I have shared the file to Paneer sir.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am, I got the file. Sure.
Stanley, sir, Professor Paneer will be doing it. Professor Paneer will be sharing.
Okay.
Hope it is visible.
Full screen, sir. Yes, it's coming.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. This is just to provide a platform, a small framework that at least people can be looking at. It's not actually the actual slide. Maybe after the presentation, I will make the particular slide that I prepared initially available. So, but for now, I think we can just make use of this. So, just as I've been introduced, my name is Dr. Stanley ADIELE OKOLIE of the Department of Computer Science, and I'm presently the Associate Dean of School of Information and Communication Technology of the Federal University of Technology, Owerri. So I will be taking you on the topic AI, a strong bridge for development. So we are going to walk through this outline. We have an introduction. We look at the positive impacts, and then look at the negative impacts of AI, and then look at some areas of applications of AI. And then we will now dwell more on the AI strategies, which I think if any country decides to adopt or exploit whatever they are having in the AI strategy of a particular country, then we will be having a very wonderful development. So let's go ahead. Of course, we already know that AI is basically, of course, artificial intelligence, which we all know. From the layman's definition, AI is just the ability of a computer or a robot to perform tasks that would have ordinarily be performed by humans, but in an intelligent and efficient way. So we are going to look at the positive impacts of AI, which I think is important for us to appreciate. Of course, many people are already discussing AI all over the world because the advent of AI really helped to transform a lot of things in the way we handle affairs and the way we take care of our national issues and all whatnot. Of course, there are quite a variety of opinions, differing opinions, where people conceive AI from the point of view of the impacts and the positive impacts, and some others decide at times to dwell on the disadvantages. So we are going to be looking at these things so that we will be able to appreciate it. But the most important fact that we must have to hold on at this point is that all over the world, AI actually holds immense potentials. And of course, we have a great impact on the world, the global economy and the different countries that are making contributions to the world general ecosystem. So now, the developed countries, yes, a good number of them are promoting AI because, of course, it will help us to boost growth. However, experts have warned that AI might somehow increase the gap between the developing countries and the developed countries as well. But that is not an issue because even if the developed countries are ahead, once the developing countries decide to equally key into some of the prospects that caused this gap, they will equally be able to bridge the gap and come up to speed with what the rest are doing. So let's look at the advantages. The advantages, which are the positive effects of AI on developing countries. Of course, if we take the healthcare system, for instance, we'll see that the rise in AI has really helped to make data available, and people now generate data, look at the data sets, and then use it to do all manner of computations that will really help them to formulate policies that can help them improve their healthcare system. Of course, very increasing number of doctors can now start to integrate this particular AI technology into their everyday work. And that really gives them the opportunity to equally take care of more patients, and equally do that effectively as well. So we already know that AI helps the doctors in these sophisticated hospitals to make quality decisions. AI helps them in decision-making processes by helping them to identify the diseases and then provide the best possible options for treatment. Of course, this would particularly help both the developing and developed countries in order to execute their tasks with speed and with much great deal of expertise. Of course, we have quite a good number of examples. which abound in the developed world. So another area is that the AI systems and tools can equally help the medical practitioners to look at the prices, make projections for the prices that they can get, maybe the best approaches, the best facilities that are available. You can deploy AI tools to get us the best hospitals, the hospitals with the best of equipment and all whatnot, in order to make informed decisions by the patients that will now be visiting these hospitals. And of course, when they make quality and informed decision, that will help them to spend less, and by extension, that equally impacts on the GDP of the countries in question. However, most developing countries usually face some issues, of providing medical services to remote areas, So, but if they are able to adopt the AI tools, they can equally process their medical data and equally provide relevant diagnosis for the patients in order to improve the methods of their service delivery. So this helps to eliminate the gap that they would have experienced in maybe getting at the patients if they were to travel, the patients were to travel to the hospitals, or the medical practitioners were to travel to the locations of the patients. So these AI tools will help them to solve some of these problems. Apart from the healthcare system, we equally have different areas of deployment in the educational systems. The developing countries are coming up gradually, so we are now encouraging them to deploy AI tools and AI strategies and plans that are already available. If they deploy this, they will be able to improve greatly on their service delivery as far as the educational system is concerned. So if they do this, they will improve on their processes. There are quite a lot of learning management systems that could be deployed in order to effectively deliver educational resources to students and researchers. They can have some, customized learning management systems that are tailored down to their own specific needs, and they can adopt AI systems to be able to do this. Now, another area is in the field of general infrastructure and energy. General infrastructure and energy. In terms of constructions, there are robots and AI applications that could be deployed for you to be able to do justice to maybe road construction, plant construction, and all kinds of infrastructure, as well as energy systems. These things help in different ways in order to make the energy affordable and equally subsidized, So another wonderful area of application is in the area of agriculture. Of course, people have been talking about mechanized farming. If you now integrate AI into mechanization, if you marry the two together, you will see that productivity level will increase. It helps to make some appropriate decisions, knowing when to maybe plant, knowing when to do proper irrigation. You can use AI systems to extract features from the sites when there is need for you to maybe activate the processes and procedures that you can use for irrigation, or to equally adopt weather forecasting strategies and processes that will now help you to know when and how to tidy up your farming processes. This helps to achieve high quality, high quality processes in agriculture. So with AI can help you to identify the plants that are best suited for certain areas. AI can actually help you to identify plants that are best suited for particular areas, and then advise on the plants that could be planted, so that when you now make use of such decisions, you will see that productivity level will equally increase. AI system can equally be used, be adopted in the selection of the right pesticides, that you can use to control pests. Even diseases can equally be controlled. So generally, all these opportunities will now lead to increased yield and more profit margin for a better food security and waste reduction. So we equally have quite a number of other areas that AI applications could be used, even in terms of job soliciting, even in manufacturing. Okay, if they can help to do all kinds of automated production activities that humans would have done. But when you adopt AI facilities, some of them that are process controlled will now be more effective, because machines are involved. In some situations, you can equally use robots. Then there's what we call electrolysis. If you see some plants that adopt some multinationals that adopt AI strategies, it really helps them in their production. A typical example is maybe multinationals that are into aluminum production. AI systems can help you to carry out effective process control, where all the electrolysis that are involved will be carried out, and a plant like a production like maybe production of aluminum ingots can now be done easily, and once that is adopted, I can assure you that the sky will be the limit, will not just be the limit, but a stepping stone for that developing country, because the developed countries are already adopting some of these approaches. However, when you now come to the developing countries, that is where most of the negative impacts are seriously felt, because a place like where I'm presenting from, it's not everybody that has access to such a AI solutions, AI systems, AI solutions, and applications that can help them to be at speed with what is obtainable in the developed world. So this affects them even in terms of telecommunication. You know, it equally affects them because like what I'm presenting with now, you can see if you don't have the resources to procure very expensive ISP gadgets that you can use for things like this, then you may be having issues. And some of those telecommunication companies in advanced countries and developed countries, they equally adopt AI solutions to make their service delivery seamless. So there is this school of thought that looks at AI as having disruptive potential, whereby possibly a good number of people are thinking that with AI, they may be displaced in terms of their job. Maybe those of them that are into computing that are not up to speed. When you now adopt AI solutions and infrastructure, that they may be out of job. But I'm sure this presentation will help us to appreciate the fact that despite some of these challenges, that the most important thing is for us to be up to speed and key into this critical AI infrastructure and AI solutions for us to be able to be at speed and then do what others are doing in terms of the fourth industrial revolution and the fifth industrial revolution. So that is that with what do you call it? The advantages and just a few of the disadvantages. Of course, I've equally looked at the areas of applications. So now I will go over to the crux of the matter for which this particular seminar is being presented. The crux of the matter is on AI strategies. So what we are advocating for is that the different countries of the world, especially the developing countries, must, as a matter of urgency, try to look at the AI strategies that have been developed for these specific countries. However, if these strategies have not been developed, this particular seminar or presentation is actually calling them up now for them to look at the AI strategies of other developed countries and then see how they can come up with their own strategy so that they can have an action plan that they will need to follow, 5 years action plan, 10 years action plan, or thereabout, of which when they now follow these AI strategies critically, of course, that will now lead to development in the countries that we are discussing. So what that implies is that effective development of AI strategies is a critical and a very strategic tool for the development of developing countries and further development of the developed countries. So I think for Nigeria, we already have something, although it's at the draft stage, which is why after this presentation, we can just ask our questions and make some input in order to equally help Nigeria as a developing country to further beef up or come up with a better, AI strategy. So we have one that is at this draft stage, which we call the National AI Strategy for Nigeria. Of course, the national AI strategy for Nigeria considered a number of things. The first is the imperatives for AI national strategy. So countries of the world, especially the developing countries, must look at certain key elements, critical features that must be incorporated as the imperatives for national AI strategy. Of course, once they're able to do this, they will now follow the thing critically in order to come up to speed with what the developed countries are doing. So that will equally help them to come up with a rationale for a better national AI strategy. This rationale can look at a number of things, maybe the sustainable development goals of the country. They can look at sustainable development goals of other countries and then see how they can equally develop theirs. So, well, apart from Nigeria, I know India must have her own. So it's for us to now call on our students, our staff, and all IT professionals to look into this AI strategy, because it is a great document that will equally capture AI, artificial intelligence, for socio-economic growth. Everything will be outlined in that particular document. Of course, it will equally showcase what and what will be needed for effective development of that sector in the country under reference. Then we will equally be looking at maybe something that can equally be captured in the AI strategy could be the mapping, so that you'll be able to get the different locations, get at who and who will be using this, all the stakeholders. So the ecosystem, the IT system, we have a complete mapping which you can actually integrate in the AI strategy. Of course, this mapping ecosystem will capture things like research and training, like what we are doing now. Okay, I want to believe that that might be one of the objectives of the university or the school, for them to bring their students up to speed. So we have, under the mapping, where we have things like research and training, where we have public advocacy and regulators. We outline what and what they will be doing. We will equally have the learning practice communities, the application ecosystem, the platform enablers, the startups that may be involved in this, and then the dedicated hubs that will help us to deliver the strategy in a very seamless manner. So Nigeria has this, and these things come with a lot of opportunities and benefits. It goes with a lot of opportunities and benefits which the developed countries are already harnessing. So we can do a kind of SWOT analysis that will help us to come up with the enablers and the limitations, and then try to beef up the strategy in order to do better than what we are doing at the moment. Then a good AI strategy should equally be able to capture the broadband connectivity of a country. It is in that particular document, a document like that, that can capture the broadband policies and the processes and procedures for effective delivery of broadband connectivity. in the sense that if the country is operating at maybe 4G, they will see that some others are already operating on 5G. And it's not just paying a lip service to it, but to be sure that whatever the connectivity plan they are using, they will come up with general global trends and benchmarks that will help them to have a better AI strategic development. So there are other things that we expect to have in the AI strategy. You can have a situation whereby you compare what you have in your own particular country with what you have in all the other countries of the world. So you can actually juxtapose them and see where you are getting it right and where others are ahead of you. So if you're able to marry these two together, before you know it, you may even take over the mantle from the nations that are already deploying AI strategies and infrastructure at the moment. So, of course, there could be variations. There could be variations in these documents, whether you are looking at that of the developed countries or you are looking at the strategies for the developing countries. The most important thing is for you to look at these documentations and see how to improve on the strategy that could be adopted by the upcoming developing country. Of course, the AI strategy will capture what we call risk mitigations. It will look at so many cybersecurity issues, security issues, data privacy, all whatnot, malware and things that could equally be associated with some of these improvements in the deployment of AI tools and the infrastructure, and then come up with the risk mitigations, how you can avert them, and then so that it will be a public document that the citizen can easily, or even computing professionals or students can equally look at in order to mitigate the possible risk that may come up with the deployment of AI tools. We have what we call, for you to be able to develop a very standard AI strategy, you must, as a matter of fact, look at some guiding principles. You look at some guiding principles. There must be some ethical considerations that you have to look at. Of course, you look at the vision and mission of the country in question so that you will know how to improve on what you are going to come up with. So we equally have things like innovation and adaptation, sustainability, then things like collaborations. These things are supposed to be captured in black and white. And once they are there, it will help whoever is glancing through the document to know how to key into the strategies that will make the country to move up to a better height. You can equally have things like global leadership, transparency and accountability, risk management and resilience, data ethics and agency, and some other things that you may decide on your own to incorporate as a country. So now, what is the main aim? What is the aim? The AI strategy must have a good aim And of course, for you to achieve the aim, you will now look at the objectives of this AI, the strategic, the objectives that will help you achieve the aim. What is the likely strategic objectives? Number one is for you to have economic growth and competitiveness. Number two objective could be for you to have social development and inclusion. Number three could be for technological advancement and leadership. And these objectives, when you now apply them, will help you to have an effective development, AI development, and when you now deploy AI, you will have by extension economic development, which is the main aim. So, of course, these countries, depending on their sustainable development goals, can look at their strategic pillars for deployment of IT tools and or whatnot, of which when they look at such those pillars, things like, as I've mentioned, they will now use the objectives to develop the strategic pillars, of which anybody that looks at those pillars and decides to key into any area, you will now have a better developmental plan for the country in question. So pillars like maybe building a foundational AI infrastructure. That could be pillar one, but we are not saying this might be for Nigeria, but we can have countries like India and other countries. They may decide to have their own pillars. But the first pillar in our own situation is to build a foundational AI infrastructure. Of course, that is the pillar. The objective in this case will be to establish a very strong foundation or foundational infrastructure and the computing capacities that will help you to achieve this. Of course, once you tie the objective with the pillar, you will have some outcomes. These outcomes range from you are having affordable high-performance computing, and you are having increased AI research and development. You are having a reduced cost and dependence on virtual AI environments. You are having enhanced national technological capabilities in AI and supporting job creation opportunities in the AI hardware and software sectors. And as well, having increased private sector investment in AI infrastructure within a given time frame. And this will equally go with strategies that will help you to achieve this particular pillar and objectives. You can have the first strategy might be to deploy the high performance computing resources. The second strategy might be to invest in AI specific hardware and software development in order to achieve this particular objective. The strategy could be to set up a clean energy AI clusters in the country that will help you to achieve these objectives. Okay, so that is just to give us a little insight or a typical example of what could constitute the actual pillars for building a standard AI strategy. Pillar 2 actually can be for you to build a sustainable world-class AI ecosystem. That could be your second aim or second pillar, so to say. Of course, if you have that type of pillar, pillar 2, building sustaining and a world-class AI ecosystem, then your first objective might just be to foster sustainable AI partnerships, okay, and that can constitute a very wonderful AI strategy for national development. So that is actually that from my side. I don't wish to bore you because I know you can actually use Google and some other tools to browse and get at the different strategic plans for different countries. And when you do that, you will be able to equally develop yours. And when you now, if you already have yours, then you already have a document that people can actually key into. And once they key into this document and follow it judiciously, they will have a sustainable development in the country in question. And with that, I want to thank you all for your rapt attention, and then equally expect your questions so that I will be able to speak to the questions. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Any questions? Audience, any questions?
Ma'am, shall I proceed, ma'am?
Yeah, you can.
Thank you, sir, for your presentation and sharing valuable insights. Now I request Mr. Paneerselvam, sir, to propose the words of thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. On behalf of PG Department of Information Technology and BCA, I extend a heartfelt vote of thanks to everyone for making today's seminar a resounding success. First and foremost, our deepest gratitude goes to our management, secretary, and principal for their unwavering support and guidance. We extend our sincere thanks to our esteemed speaker, Dr. STANLEY ADIELE. Your enlightening presentation on AI, a strong pitch for development, has not only deepened our understanding and also inspired us to explore new perspectives on this topic. A special thanks to our head of the department, Dr. K. Agarkani ma'am, for your invaluable encouragement and support. A special mention to our faculty coordinators and volunteers whose meticulous planning and hard work ensured smooth execution throughout the program. Finally, a big thank to all the participants for their active participation. Thank you all.
Dear participants, kindly fill the feedback form provided in the class group and chat box. Thank you all for joining us today. Have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
So we'll have future cooperation, collaboration. Thank you. Yes, ma'am, you can wind up.
You are welcome.
For a second, shall everyone please switch on the camera for photo session? Please.
Sure. Staff members and students also.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Sir, you can actually mail your presentation, sir.
Okay.
And
okay.
we also have the YouTube link. We'll be sharing it with you so that you can see in future also. And Monday and Tuesday, we are having 2 more sessions. So we'll be sending you the link so that please do join us.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir.